Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Realnesss with three S's with entertainment in color. I'm your host here, Chantel Francis, with my amazing co-host, Tamika Francis. How are you today, Tamika?
Very good. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. I'm very sorry that we weren't all able to connect yesterday. I ended up getting stuck on set. You know that I was there until I didn't get home until 3:15. So it actually ended up being a long day. I didn't think it was going to be, and then it really was.
Wow.
I wasn't able to make it. I was really hoping for the best. It's good because it'll be a great money-making day for me because I was into double time. But I'm sorry for everybody that was looking for our recap and review yesterday for episode 22. But we're here to do it today. So we're going to review episode 22 and 23 of Love Island UK season 8. Episode 22 first. So if you remember way back to yesterday, it first starts off with we see Paige crawling into bed with Jax to give him some kisses in the morning. I wonder, do they brush their teeth beforehand?
No.
You don't think so? Come on.
They should, but they probably don't. Ugh.
You're lying. They put on sunglasses because they think that they don't look cute. You don't think they brush their teeth?
They put on sunglasses because the lights are bright in there.
I heard from what's her name, Sharon. She had a little Ask Me Anything, and she said that they wear the glasses because they don't think they look cute in the morning.
Oh, that's not what every other Islander said. They said that they wake them up with these bright ass lights, and they use the sunglasses to help dim the lights because they're very, very bright in the morning.
Well, maybe it's a combo, but yeah. Sharon was saying it was because they looked ugly. They felt they look ugly.
Well, the glasses ain't helping that.
Hi, Luna. Thank you for being here. Sorry, everybody, but thank you for coming back to us. Hello, Jessica. Hi, Sans. Welcome. We also were having a little bit of trouble today because our regular source where we watch the episodes, that person is no longer uploading. So maybe they got in trouble by Twitch, not sure. And it also was already starting to be a little bit more cumbersome because sometimes I would like to watch the episode after it airs and it's uploaded so I can watch it on a faster speed, but they stopped doing that as well. So we have to watch live. But we will just watch from ITV from this point forward and figuring out something in that ballpark. So we should be fine other than things coming in the way, like with life. Hi, CJ. Thanks for being here. So we see Luca and Jax talking, and Luca's like, oh, I'm falling for her. And Jax is like, I'm falling for Paige too. What do you think? Okay, that's an eye roll. That's what you think. What did that eye roll mean?
The men... 3 men in particular, Luca, Andrew, and Jax, to me are all full of shit. I don't believe a word any of them are saying at this point. Andrew probably more than the other two, but no.
So San says, yes, that's what Chloe said in her show. She said that they wore sunglasses because they were a mess in the morning. Prior her to saying this, I thought that was because of the bright lights. So
yeah, that's what other Islanders have said. It's the bright lights.
Maybe they don't want to admit the fact that they're doing it for vanity's sake. Maybe, or both. So Tasha, of course, is debating about Andrew, and I really don't care about how Tasha feels about her relationship with Andrew.
Not one iota. Not one iota. Oh, and I have tea later. Don't let me forget because we're doing 2 episodes in between. I'm gonna talk to you about some amber tea.
I think I know the tea, but I will be excited to hear it as well. We can talk about it a little bit. So, okay, so Paige and Jay, they have normal conversations, normal chats, and it's just like really frustrating that like Jay thinks that she's being I don't think she's being super wishy-washy. Like I think she's being nice to Jay. She's like I'm into Jax,
Wait,
but I'm
Jay thinks that you're saying Jay thought that she was
both
being
of
what
them.
when she
Both of
was.
them do.
Oh, both. Because I was gonna say Jax was thinking that too, and I didn't agree with either
Well,
one of
Jax
them.
was later on in the
Okay.
episode, but at this
Yeah, yeah.
point, this I believe that Jay was just kind of like, she's talking to me, blah 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 blah, and I'm just like, she's actually being quite transparent, in my opinion, as to what she's doing. You might be noticing that she has more affections and stuff like that for Jax because she said that she likes him and she is in a couple with him. But it's going to take a lot, Jay, for her to want to have her head to be completely turned. So, Paige obviously explains her chat that she had. Oh, I don't know who she had it with. Hold on. Just send me someone that is obsessed with me. Oh, so yeah, everybody just wants to have people in there that are obsessed with them. And Danica is like, pray for me. I want to have somebody come into this villa that's obsessed with her. And I think that she deserves that. Like all these girls are talking about their relationships or their lack thereof or their fake relationships that they have with these boys in there. And poor Danica is just like, she just wants to be cuddling with somebody at nighttime and having nighttime chats. What's the face?
Was that yesterday's episode? Because I don't remember Danica being in yesterday's episode whatsoever.
This was at the beginning when they're all talking about their night with the boys. And so she just said, she's like, pray for Danica.
Oh, I thought that was today. So I was like, and so unless they must have had the same conversation.
No, this is in the very beginning of yesterday's episode.
Yeah. Because I was like, yesterday I was like, where's Danica? Like, is she just like holding a camera? Like, like was she behind scenes? Because I don't remember seeing her in the episode whatsoever.
Well, it was at the very beginning, so that was literally like an hour, 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Like we completely forgot about her. So Dami and Ekansu chat, and wait, what are we talking about? So there's something weird with Davide. So she talks about the fact that like she's like, I don't know what's going on with Dee and Davide. There's something with this. It's something weird. Like I can't put my finger on it. And she feels like he doesn't feel like it's too late for Davide. So why do you think that Dami is kind of instigating the Davide Ekansu reconciliation?
I mean, he's not the only one.
I agree.
I think a lot of them are instigating it. Either Dami's become the villa therapist. They're all coming to him. They're all asking his advice. I don't know what that's about, but anyway. But even off the show, Amber and Ikenna were commenting on Ekansu and Davide, and they both said that they could see them potentially getting back together. Amber more saying it than Ikenna. Ikenna thinks that Davide will not ever take her back, but he does agree that there's something that they haven't let go. So again, they keep attributing them to like these divorced parents that can't let go of each other.
Right. So Jessica says, back to Paige, so it seems like Jay wanted Paige to cease being affectionate to Jax, but that's what happens when you try to take someone from an established couple. Absolutely. They already went to the hideaway. I feel like they must have, gotten a lot closer than maybe they're letting on in that hideaway, because she's really connected as if like, someone has slept with somebody or like, got quite intimate. So I think that his timing is off, and for him to expect her to just like jump ship completely is a little bit premature, no pun intended.
I mean, it's possible, but it's also possible that that's just her personality, that she just is stuck on the guy.
So Son says you only see Danica first thing in the morning when the girls review the night's escapades. Pretty much. That's the only time that you really get any Danica.
So obviously, as you can tell, blink and you missed her, because I missed her.
Yeah, you did. I think some of the islanders are trying to set up Ekansu to get embarrassed.
Oh. I don't think that's what it is. I do think it's because even you see it in the back end, and I think the producers are playing into it a little bit. You just see that they're bickering and fighting and keep talking about each other to one person or another. And when people do that, people think that means you're still stuck on that person.
But I could also see them gassing her up and making her being like, oh, he likes you for sure. And he doesn't seem to want to explore whatever it is that she's feeling and whether he's feeling it or not himself as well, I don't feel like he is going to explore it, but I could see her trying to pursue it again and him slamming the door in her face.
Yeah, the only reason why I don't think the Islanders are setting her up is because they literally hate her being in the drama. Like you could see it after yesterday's episode, but during yesterday's episode, when Amber and McKenna were talking about yesterday's episode, they're like, you could just tell they're over her. I mean, and even Amber said it was literally Ekin being Ekin. Like they're over it. They are absolutely over the extra drama.
I think they're also being a little bit sensitive. Like, like she's not like I'm not in the house, so I can't really tell. But we're gonna get into that in 1 second. So Jay is working out with Davide and Ekansu, and Paige calls him over for a chat, and they're talking, kind of flirty conversation. They're sitting at the pool side, and then Jax decides to sit like kitty corner to them, having a little conversation on the pool ledge with, I think it was Andrew and Luca, and I'm like. He's like, should I sit? Should I sit? Should I sit? I'm like, probably not. Like, don't sit there. And anyway, so he does sit there, and she ends up having a little bit of a conversation with him and talks about maybe her wanting another kiss and her being like, I was just so shocked when you did kiss me. And I thought it was funny when he was like, when I kissed you, you're just like, which I thought was funny, but she's like, well, I wasn't expecting it and it came out of nowhere. And so I thought it was kind of funny though, his experience of that kiss during the challenge. Why are you rolling your eyes still?
I'm like, anyway, I just, it's so bad. Like, there's very few men in the villa that I just find genuine, which is sad to me.
Yeah.
I feel like they're all playing a game.
A little bit. So Son says the presenter on After Sun said Jax didn't want Paige and doesn't want Jay to win. He wasn't buying anything Jax was selling. Yeah, I mean, I can agree, but I still next episode, he definitely was starting to show his true colors again. But we'll see how this goes for Paige. Ekansu and Charlie talk a little bit about, the best date that they've ever had. And Ekansu says her best date ever has been in a forest. Do you have a best date?
Can't think of one. A best date. I haven't been on that many dates.
Yeah. Best? I don't know. But actually, I do have a best date. What am I talking about? I've had a few best dates. Sorry, I forgot. So it actually coincided with an idea that I had. So when I was in Rome, I was kind of there. Sometimes I was by myself in Europe. So whenever I was by myself, I would just go on to Tinder or Bumble, and I'd go on a date with somebody from the country. So
oh my God, that's such a great idea.
Right? So I was like, I'll just do that. So I went on the date with this guy.
How long ago was that though?
2019? 2018?
Okay.
2018.
That's not that bad. Okay, go ahead.
So I would I met with this guy, Francesco, in Rome, and he was an architect. And so I met him with my friend at first, because my friend is into luxury real estate. And so she's a broker for that. So I was like, okay, it's good for her to come just in the beginning. Where we met was where she was living. And so we've had like a couple of scotch, or I had a scotch and he had, I don't know what he had, but and then he took me on a moped ride around Rome, and he showed me all the different architectural buildings in Rome at nighttime with all the lights and stuff like that. And so it was pretty cool seeing Rome, Italy on a moped at night with an Italian, and him explaining to me all the history of the different buildings and how they're built and the architectural styles and stuff like that.
That sounds like I want to do something I would want to do.
That's a good date, right?
Not the moped necessarily, but that sounds like a really cool date.
Pretty good. And he was showing me haunted castles, and then we went and saw the Saint Paul's Basilica, St. James, one of the basilicas. And it was just really cool seeing them all lit up at night and stuff like that. So that would, I'd say, is a really good date. And so that turns into the idea that I have. It's we should have show me your city dating sites, right? So it's exactly what I did. But like the date would be show me your world, and you can just learn a little bit about wherever you are visiting, and you get to meet somebody that you might match up with, and maybe it could be a relationship, but you also get to get a little bit of a taste of wherever you're visiting.
That's a great idea as well. You might need a lot of insurance.
Yes.
And a lot of background check.
Yes, you need a background check. Like obviously, like that would be part of people signing up would be like thorough background checks, and maybe kind of like if you know Rhea, how it's like a referral process for you, like that celebrity dating app. So it would be that could be kind of how things would. He could have been the murderer. We're still friends now.
He really could have been a murderer. In the back of my head, that's what I was thinking. It still sounded like an amazing date.
Well, that's why I did meet up with him first with my friend, and they did have mutual friends on Facebook. So like that was also vetted out that they had a couple of connections in Rome because she lives there. And she's also kind of in that world. So I definitely did a little bit of recon. And I didn't feel unsafe. So I think that if I did feel unsafe, I wouldn't have done that for sure. But if it were to take it into like business wise, it'd be like obviously background checks if you were to apply and all that stuff, and then maybe everybody that you bring in would be referral only. So if like once you're in, you'd have to get somebody else to suggest you to be on the app as well, which would help.
I love it.
So that's something that's in the back of my head, is I'd love to have like that kind of show me your world dating app. Hi, I'm Jordan. Thank you for being here. So hers is in a forest. I didn't really understand why why was it a forest. She didn't really explain why the date was good, but that's Ekansu, and her and Charlie just has
she's from Turkey though, right? She's Turkish, so I mean, I think Turkey has some really nice forests as from my travel agent like scoping. So maybe that's why, like, maybe they have some romantic forests.
Maybe. So next we see Jay asking Davide about Ekansu. And Davide's like, it's expired. Like, that's what we say in my country. Things are done. They have expired. And it's funny to me also that Jay is pushing this a little bit as well, because like he was involved with Ekansu. So why is he now pushing Davide to kind of pursue her again?
But that's why I said to you, I really do think he believed that they had something and that she was gonna ditch him for Davide.
So that he wants to make that true, so he doesn't feel dumb.
Yeah.
Well, he says no, and he's like, I could get her like this. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you probably could, to be at this point, but So Demi, okay, Ekansu, Gemma, India, and Charlie are all chatting on the daybed, and they ask Charlie what he's good at. And I thought this was a terrible answer, and it would be, for me, if I was dating Charlie, a turn off. Like, I love when people that I'm around are super talented. It could be because I grew up in the arts and that all like my close friends are all very talented at different things. But I would love for, like, if Charlie says, like, but you know what, like, I actually was going to be a professional baseball player, and like I played really well for a long time, or something that, you know what I mean, that he focused on that he was really good at, or like I'm a really amazing mathematician, like whatever it is, it would have been nice for him to showcase a little bit of himself in that way. But he couldn't think of anything. And I was like, I thought it was like an opportunity for him to shine.
Charlie's a dud.
He wouldn't even take that opportunity to like hit something out of the park.
Between yesterday and then like today, he's a dud.
Yeah, he is. His Instagram is way more interesting than he is, to be honest.
Really? I haven't even looked at it.
It's not that great, but I
don't even find him attractive, so I haven't even like.
It's just a bit better. It just seems like he has like a personality. Actually, I can't show you right now. So after that, though, Dami talks about how he's really good at reading people, and so he first reads Ekansu, and then he reads Gemma, and this is kind of the catalyst for the rest of this episode. And what he says about Gemma is pretty generic stuff that I would say is pretty obvious to anybody about the fact that if somebody that comes into the villa that's exactly perfect for her, that like she gets along better than Luca with, like that she might have her head turned, but unless this somebody is like completely out of this world, like that wouldn't be a possibility. And she kind of said something
And
like, that's pretty good. Sorry, go ahead.
that she has a bit of a wall up.
Yeah.
Which, you know, a lot of people have said, even Amber and I kind of said that Gemma's a little hard. She has a good poker face. It's hard to read her all the time. And I mean, it was like it was just supposed to be a gag, and like it was a dumb conversation. I think that was the point, though.
Yeah. And so after he does the reading, he's like, yeah, she's like, yeah, it's kind of impressive. Like, she didn't say, like, no, it's completely wrong. And she didn't say, yes, that's exactly how I'm feeling. Like, she's like, yeah, I can see some of that.
Yeah.
Like, she kind of just, she didn't shut it all down. She kind of was letting that be a little bit truthful.
Right.
And Dabby says, all this reading stuff, let's keep this here, please. Because he doesn't want it to get out of there, because if it goes broken telephone to other people, people might get hurt, and he doesn't want that to happen.
Right.
So,
and
I think it's perfect.
Oh, read other people. He's like, no, I'm done. I'm retired. That's it.
Exactly.
We're not doing this no more.
Exactly. And then Ekisu runs over and tells Paige and Jax. I was like, Ekisu, come on. Like, I know you want to stir the pot and be the drama queen, but like, just could you have waited maybe a day?
Nope. She didn't even wait a minute.
Not even a
minute. and then like what she said was kind of twisted too. Like it wasn't like even what they were talking. I couldn't with the entire thing. And then of course Jax, you go and tell Jax of all people.
Agreed, Sans. Sans like, Dami chose his word carefully. He said if 100% her type came in with Luca, that she might give him some confusion. He did not say her head would turn. That's true.
He never said her head would turn. He never said that she would even entertain it, other than she would maybe be open to it.
Mm-hmm. Agreed, Sans. And so when Ekisu goes over and tells Jackson Paige, she's like, I was just so shocked and so surprised that she would say that. And it's just like, Ekisu, you want the girls to like you. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?
So that's the funny part, because everybody's been defending her. It's like, oh, she's such a girl's girl. She just wants the girls to like her, and she would do anything. And that's like, we have not seen that. Secondly, she's the one that came in and said she wasn't here for some girls' holiday. She was here to find a man. Did we forget this?
Well, I don't know what this was to do other than stir up drama. And I guess maybe that's what her role is. Maybe
it's obvious that that's and in the role of drama and shit stir, we have Ekans. Like,
so Paige goes and tells India and Gemma. I'm like, oh gosh. And like, it's getting like even worse. The more that it goes to the next person, it sounds even worse. Jessica says that Ekisu is an agent of chaos. She literally went directly to tell other people, girl, come on. Yes, Ekisu, this is not the type of drama that you really want to start. It's not, it doesn't look good. You want people to want you to be in the villa, because that's also a way for you to stay in the villa sometimes. Because if the producers decide that they've had enough of you, they will allow the islanders to dump you.
Right.
So she should be treading lightly. So Paige tells India and Gemma, and how she was saying it was how she kind of heard it, but it's like, it wasn't at all how Dami had said it to Gemma. So Gemma is annoyed, and she goes and complains to Dami about how it was all mixed up. And so Dami's like, oh no, I'll go and I'll straighten this out. So Luca is wanting to know what's going on, and Gemma's just fuming and walking away from him. And he's like, I want to know what is it about me? And she won't say anything. So then Jax goes and tells Luca what had happened. He's like, "Oh, you didn't know? Like, you haven't told, nobody's told you?" And he's like, "Nobody's told me anything yet." So now Luca is getting upset for the fact that everybody knows about whatever's going on, and he's the last to know, and it's about him. So it's a lot of drama and about absolutely nothing, which was kind of irritating. So Gemma confronts Ekansu. What do you think about this confrontation?
She was right to be pissed, in my opinion,
Yeah.
because it, like, there was no other reason for her to do it than to cause drama. Like, there was no other reason. It didn't come up in conversation. It wasn't hours later and she said, "Oh, you know what I thought was funny? You know, this morning, blah 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 happened, and Dammy was doing this, and Gemma didn't disagree with it." Not like none of that. She got up.
I just like,
Bolted over to the loudest person that she knew it would get back to Luca. She might as well just walked over to Luca, in my opinion.
yeah, I mean, she couldn't walk right over to Luca because Luca doesn't like her, so he
Right.
wouldn't have listened to her. But
Exactly.
in order for it to have any effect, she does need it to go broken telephone style so that it gets back to him in a way that he will hear it. So maybe she's just doing it to piss off Luca because he doesn't treat her very well at all. So maybe it's just her way to like get back at him. So with the confrontation, Akatsu handles herself pretty well though. She's like, "Well, I didn't do anything. Like, it was what I said wrong. Like, you said that, if somebody came in that was perfect for you, that you might be interested." And like she kind of brushed it off where it seemed as though Gemma was like couldn't figure out how to still get her point across without her being like, "Okay, well, you're right, Ekansu." Like, I think Ekansu did a good job handling that situation, in my opinion, even though it was annoying.
The thing is, that's not the way she said it to Paige and Jack.
No, I know.
So it's like, so I'm sitting there like, you're trying to make her seem like she's crazy, but that's not what you said,
or how you said it.
or how you said it. Like, it was so ridiculous, and like I don't appreciate. Listen, I'm not a huge Gemma fan, but playing around with a 19-year-old is and her words is not even right. Just apologize and keep it moving.
But also, I mean, they can't in the villa always remember that she's 19 too, right? Because I don't know. It's just like I wouldn't necessarily, like, I forget. Like, she's been giving advice and all this stuff, and anyways, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So Jessica says, "I'm tired of Jax. He's a pot stirrer too." Yeah, he is a pot stirrer as well.
He is. That's why I was saying, like, him, Andrew, and Luca. I'm tired of. I'm like, can we get some different guys that aren't Charlie and Jay either? Like, this is not working for me.
I mean, the episodes are still very good, but like I definitely...
For romance though, like, to me, it's one couple. Then you get to, of course, this heart rate challenge, and they're trying to screw with the one couple that, like, anyway. Keep going.
We're getting there. So he seems to have more loyalty to Luca than Gemma. Glad Paige said it wasn't a big deal. Yes, Paige was like, it wasn't a big deal. Like, she was really trying to diffuse it, and Jax does not let it go at all. Hi, Harry. So Harry says producers set this up for sure. Ekansu scratched their back. The producers promised her something down the line. Probably. Like, she's definitely a producer pet. For sure. That's what I'm worried though. If she gets out of line, if the producers will allow her to get egg on her face by getting dumped by her Islander friends. So
I hope. I can only hope.
It would be a while from now though.
It will be a while, but I prefer her to get to the end and she thinks she's like right at because this is the thing that's going to piss me off, and I'm gonna say this ahead. I do not trust the UK public. I have a feeling they will choose a terrible couple, like a toxic couple, like a Davide and Ekansu, over a Dami and India. That do I think they would be fully like working on the outside? Maybe not. But I think they have something cute in the villa and that they could go a long way. And the UK public would rather see toxicity. And it just doesn't, I don't appreciate it.
So I didn't write much about this, but Luca and Andrew talk. I just call them the sappy bros. They're so sappy. Like, like if your girls aren't interested in you, it's because of this vibe. Like,
Yeah.
it's this, like, whinging, moaning, it's.
It doesn't even stop when the girls pick them. Like, come on. I don't know how these women are attracted to them. Like, it's pick me, pick me, pick me, and then
Whoa, look at this. No, Sans, that would be
see,
insane.
that's why I'm saying I'm not dealing with the UK public, because I've seen that. I've seen a lot of people who want her to get to the end because they think if it's between her and Davide, that she's going to steal the money, or Davide's going to steal the money. And again, I don't want to see this.
Yeah, I mean, it could be it could be the way that things go down. I'd be interested in seeing Ekin winning and stealing the money from Davide, because like she was playing the long game. He thought that he had her and that he can get her like this, and then he bites and he gets her like this, and they get to the end and they get the win, and she's like, I knew you didn't like me all along. I brought you here so I can take the money. Ooh, ooh, that would be. We haven't seen that ending yet, so, or like that. Nobody's ever stolen it, so that could be great.
Oh my god,
could be great. So you go and drop a bomb and then say relax. Who's that? Dami, Ekansu, and Gemma. Keep your nose out of it. Oh, so this is basically Gemma.
That was Gemma to Ekansu.
To Ekansu. And Ekansu, she handles her own though. Like, not everybody could be yelled at by people all the time and like not let it phase her. So good on her. If she's gonna start the drama, at least she doesn't play the victim in a way that Tasha might. You know what I mean?
I mean, she was in her ITM talking about she didn't understand why it's always her
but
fault.
She's like, I don't understand.
Why is it always me? Why is it always my fault? I'm like, hello, we fly. I can't.
But she's like, but Ekans is just like, oh, I'm relaxed. I've done nothing wrong.
Oh
She's so funny. She's so funny. Oh my god, yes. Harry loves that ending where Ekansu takes the money. That would be fun.
Oh no.
So Gemma tells Luca about the conversation, and Luca calls over Ekansu to have a conversation. And I wrote down that Ekansu is just so calm. And Luca is pissed, and everything Ekansu just does just riles up Luca. Like, Luca gets so mad. And Gemma just thinks that she's a bit of a shit stirrer, which she is, and they're just gonna have to just deal with it because they get so worked up and she doesn't get worked up at all. And Luca worked up makes me eye roll. Like, okay, so what?
Yeah, I mean, that part was just like, he's like, oh, should I talk to her? Do you want to be there? I'm like, why bother? Like, why do this?
So what did you think about the fact that Jax is pissed because Paige was supposed to come with him to the pool and she stopped along the way and ended up having a conversation with Jay? And she was following him.
I'm telling you, I think he's controlling and manipulative, and I don't think he fully likes Paige. He might like her a little bit. Like, he might like her as a person, but I just don't think he's like romantically into her. He just doesn't want to lose.
Okay. He does say that when he's telling this, complaining to Dami and India, and he's like, oh, I should just never have opened up. She's never have opened up. And so this is reminding me again of Jake from last season. Something about it. It's like all this that he's doing and it's not being appreciated. And I'm just kind of like, you're not really doing that much. You're doing a little bit.
That whole sequence of events, like, I opened up to her, and then I'm going to act like a toddler because she's still talking to Jay like I forced her to do.
So uncomfortable. He's so uncomfortable. I mean, I could see a lot about him being maybe controlling. Um, because it's all of a sudden like Paige is really good with handling her conversations with everybody. I find that she doesn't let herself get triggered by a lot of some of these conversations, and she's able to at times come back with like some strong points that are like kind of harsh sometimes, and I'm like she gets away with them. But I can see her not wanting to upset him and changing the way who she is, and over time maybe becoming a completely different person. So I could see that a little bit. You're kind of onto something there.
Fine.
Jessica agrees completely. Agree that Jack is controlling, and I don't like the way he talks to Paige. And he showed that side again in today's episode.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. So Jax and Antigone have a conversation. Paige comes over and joins Jax, and Jax gives Paige a lot of attitude. And I was like, there was zero need to give any sort of attitude like that at all. And so she just leaves and she goes over to Danica in India and Dami. And Antigone was like pretty good with her advice there. She's like, well, you kind of were being, what is it, sloppy? I don't remember the word she used. It's not a North American term. But yeah, how she was pointing out how he was being, and that it wasn't well received by Paige, and she could understand why. And so I thought that she gave good advice to Jax. And then so Paige wants to bring over Dami so she could talk with him. So is Dami like the male mother? Like he comes over and he gives like all the good chats, conversations, advice.
Yeah, so as much as India stays to herself and is out of everybody's business, everybody's coming to Dami like he's the freaking Villa Yoda. I don't know what that's about.
All of a sudden, I mean,
Yeah,
I like him as Yoda, I guess.
I mean, to I'm going to be fair to Dami. Yes, he's in a lot of people's business. I don't feel like he's a shit stirrer. I don't feel like he's saying anything that's out of order. Um, should he be like jumping in and backing up the boys every single time? Probably not. But I get it. People have their roles. That just seems to be his in the villa. He just needs to tread lightly because, like what we saw yesterday, like that was so unnecessary.
Mm-hmm. Definitely unnecessary. Stroppy. So what exactly does stroppy mean? I understood obviously in the context when she was talking to Jax, but I don't specifically know what that term means. So
Bad
stroppy.
tempered and argumentative. It is
Oh,
British and informal.
got it. He was then being stroppy. Absolutely. So while Dami and her chatting, she's like, I don't know, and he had that face, and he did have that face. That face, I was pissed with that face. It's just like, I was like,
And
that
she
face.
didn't do anything wrong. He said, "Do you want to go by the pool?" And she's like, "Sure, give me a minute." And then she just stopped for a second and said something to Jay. It kept like it was so controlling.
Yeah. So Son says the only thing that I didn't like about that was that he said to Paige, "Do you want to talk in private?" I guess about Dami. Um,
Mhm.
I mean, I think that it was normal for him to want to do that, like to talk in private, probably because to have this conversation on camera. So
Mhm.
that could be kind of code word to go and have a conversation about this so that it would be an open way for Jax to come over and chat. So it could be a little bit of them understanding how it works to get things filmed.
Right.
Um, I'm not sure if I have a problem with that. Like for me right now, that didn't bother me. Because I'm just thinking that he wanted just to get her into a place where they can sit, talk, have a proper one-on-one conversation, and then
Right.
I would say would leave the door open for Jax to come in and interrupt. And that's what does happen. Jax does come over and talks to Paige. Wait, so anyway, sorry. Firstly, though, Antigone explains the situation. He goes to Paige. Right. So he goes over to Paige and she wants to sort it out with him, obviously. And she's like, he's good with them. She doesn't want to, like, she's not trying to get with Jay. She was planning on coming over to go in the water with him. Tasha and him stopped. They started having a conversation with Charlie and Jay. And it was, they're on a dating show.
I don't like it. I didn't like it when Johnny did it to Sally, season 2, Love Island USA, and I do not like it now. Especially since and they did almost the same exact thing. Oh yeah, go ahead and talk to them. And the minute that it looks like maybe that they could be getting along and they didn't shut it off early enough for them,
Yeah,
then
when they decide.
Stop it now. Stop it now. And I don't like that. It's not fair.
I agree. So Sans is saying, yes, Dami did ask Paige, and Dami and Paige asked India, do you mind? Well, I think it's also like leaving her alone. Who was with her? Just Charlie? Like that's probably also was like, they're going to go and have that proper conversation. And do you want to be left alone with, I think, was it Charlie that was there or nobody was there?
I don't even remember.
Regardless. I mean, I see where you guys are coming from, but I kind of also think it's just like, making a better conversation for the cameras.
Yeah, and also India probably really could give two shits.
Probably.
I'm going to tell you the truth. It doesn't seem like she cares about all this drama that these people keep, because she keeps saying the same things to them. Like, it's fine. Like, you should be doing this, and they just like allowing these men to like mini manipulate them.
Mm-hmm. So Antigone gets a text. They're gonna have a blue party. I actually really liked everybody's blue, most people's blue outfit.
Agree. I liked everybody's blue because so that's when the show that we normally watch cut out for me. So I went back and watched it on demand, and yes, I loved everybody's blue last night.
They all fun. I mean, I love a good dress up. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. Annie says, hi, Annie. Charlie was cringy, that hot body wasted. Yeah. I mean, I can't even think of his body as hot because I don't find him attractive.
I was going to say he has a hot body. Am I not paying attention that much? That's terrible.
He has like a Ken doll hot body. So Paige, Jax, and Luca are all talking, and what does it matter if you're a bit more into her right now? And so Luca's a little bit upset still about Paige potentially wanting to Gemma potentially wanting to be open to somebody that came in, and the fact that he's just so hung up on this 19-year-old is actually annoying.
It's actually not healthy. And
it creeps me out a bit.
Great for her. And I think it's a bit obsessive. And I'm starting to feel like it's obsessive because of who she is.
And that he's got her. I don't know. But it's like, I don't know. Like she hasn't done anything, in my opinion, that would warrant somebody to be that obsessed with her.
Right.
Like, I mean, maybe there's a lot going on that we don't see on the actual show, but I'm just like, she's beautiful.
Even
she's great body.
Kind of admitted that she has a bit of a wall up. Like, I don't know.
CJ wants to know whose idea was it to make Charlie a bombshell.
He might be the producer plant too. I'm going to tell you the truth to save Ekansu because I don't get it. We'll see if he gets dumped at the end of the week.
So Luca pulls over Gemma for a chat, and he's like, I'm obsessed with you. And Gemma says something that I thought was like what we've been saying this, or you have for sure been saying this whole time, is that you may as well have asked me to be your girlfriend with how you want me to behave. And I thought that was very true. It's like, you don't own me. And whether like we're together, like your boyfriend, girlfriend, married or whatever, you still don't own me. But like, you haven't even put in that amount of, I would love to have something serious with you and have a really protected, sacred relationship. And if we agree upon it, let's just have eyes for each other. Like, let's not go outside of this. He's not done that at all. So the fact that she had a conversation where she kind of agreed with something that somebody else said about a hypothetical that's never even happened, and now he's expecting her to respond in a certain way, a little bit manipulative as well.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
San says, don't be fooled. Luca's hung up on that Owen money celebrity, and that's probably why Gemma's a bit cold. She's probably used to this.
Oh, she's probably used to it. She's probably used to it. Like even what she was saying in this episode about Jax not trusting him. I think she's probably not without reason, distrustful of men.
Mm-hmm. Luca's going to be very paranoid during Casa Amor. Absolutely.
Wait, I hope they all break up except for Dami and India. They're all terrible together.
And he says Daphne got all actions from the girls, and his reactions was hilarious. We haven't gotten to that episode yet. It's coming right now. We're almost at the end of yesterday's. So Paige and Jay break up. So whatever, good riddance. Like, they didn't like each other. I don't know why Jay decided to do that. The producers did him wrong there. I thought that Paige looked like Sporty Spice in her little outfit. She's kind of wearing like a little blue crop top with like baggy jeans and a high ponytail.
Yeah.
It was a cute
I don't know.
look.
She's a pretty girl, but I haven't liked some of her looks.
I loved her Sporty Spice look.
No, I didn't care for her. I also didn't like the wig today.
I like the color of it, but
oh, see, that's what I didn't like. I did not like. It wasn't like blonde. It was like white, and I didn't like that.
I liked her in a blonde wig. I thought that wig just looked really cheap, personally.
Yeah.
So Charlie and Tasha also have a breakup. And Tasha tells Andrew that she is tunnel vision for him now. And they kiss on the terrace.
Why did Tasha and Charlie have a breakup? Because as far as I knew, they weren't even still speaking. I was so confused at that conversation. She's like, oh, you seem like such a nice guy. But yeah. And I'm like, why are you breaking up with somebody that you don't have to break up with? I'm so confused.
I think it's just to have a conversation on camera because they need to put a button on that storyline because there's nothing coming out of it. So Son says if the producers are clever in Casa Amor, they'll put a Gemma lookalike in there with more money and let's see what happens.
Remember, he said wasn't it him who said, "Oh, even if Kim Kardashian walked in to the villa, my head wouldn't turn." And then they said on their Facebook and their Instagram page, paging Kim Kardashian, please do it, and not necessarily Kim, but somebody equivalent. I would be so ecstatic. Let's put his behind to the test.
Yes, please. That'd be fabulous.
Somebody older, with more money, just as good looking. Let's go.
So we're on to episode 23, and we have the morning chat.
Sorry.
Yes.
Tasha and Andrew.
Yes.
Again, if y'all are that into each other, boyfriend and girlfriend, I don't believe a word either of you are saying.
Agreed.
They've been together since the beginning. If they're that into each other and you're it for me and you're it for me, then boyfriend and girlfriend.
Oh, hold on. Son says, yes, remember that Charlie and Tasha said to have their talks in secret. It's true. They said, like, let's not tell anybody about our talks. So maybe they're not even telling the producers. And it also says Tasha's lying. She did that only because Charlie showed no interest anymore. And so she went back to Andrew to save face. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was saying. I was confused that I having a conversation to break up with somebody who A, didn't choose you, and B, I've not seen you have. But yes, unless they were having some secret conversations.
I don't know. Okay, so you wanted to say something before we went on to today's episode?
Okay, so Amber and Ikenna were on the after show podcast for Love Island. I don't know if you've ever listened to it. I don't know if it's a YouTube show for it, but I listened to the podcast today with them on it.
So it's her with Amber and who?
Ikenna.
Right.
And it was like basically they watched yesterday's episode and then they were discussing yesterday's episode. And Amber is coming across, and I heard that also she was doing the same thing. She's coming across very salty. So apparently when she was on After Sun, she said that after Dami talked to India, he was still kissing her and hugging her at night. And everybody's like, how's that possible? Because he didn't talk to her until right before you left. So why are you lying? And she seems very upset that they're together. Ikenna seems okay with it. He thinks that they're a good couple and they could last. Like today, they asked who were their favorite couples, and she said, Gemma and Luca, and Tasha and Andrew.
Sorry, Amber, that's not the right answer.
Exactly.
Wrong. So Amber is coming across as a hater. Absolutely. I did hear that she was saying that Dami was hugging up on her and stuff like that. But the point is, whether he was trying to hug up on her or not, he was always putting in more effort into trying to be close to her. And remember, he's saying like, "Oh, I too need a little bit of affection. Like,
right.
I need a little bit of that reassurance." And she never wanted to give it to him. She would kind of roll her eyes. She kind of like turn her cheek. She would swerve all the time whenever he was trying to give her affection. So whether he was trying, you weren't reciprocating, and it wasn't like you guys were lovey-dovey and it was
right.
like you were having these intimate moments. Like he was probably trying to and you were shutting him down. So
right.
I don't really trust her version of whatever was happening there, because I think that if she was giving him back exactly what he was giving her, I think that he wouldn't have moved on.
I agree, because that's what
and also the audience wouldn't have dumped her.
Right. I think that's also what a lot of people are trying to use to turn people against Dami. And then, but Ikenna said his favorite couple is Gemma and Luca, and he said Dami and India. He's like, I think they could really have something.
So Luna, I don't know who Michelle Keegan is. Do you, Tamika?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is. Let us know who
that
is.
Is that a British person?
Probably. I'm assuming.
Michelle.
CJ says that Amber reminds them of Rachel from season 2 and Trina from season 3 of Love Island USA. She should just learn from their mistakes.
She's a British actress. No, wait. She's gorgeous.
Very pretty.
Gorgeous. 35 though.
It's too old.
Yeah, she absolutely does. Because even worse though, because now she's been caught on camera. Apparently, after being salty for the last few days on different podcasts and shows, there's video of her out at a club over the weekend kissing on some guy.
I mean, she can't make her not go out and kiss on people. Like, you think that she's supposed to be hung up on Dami right now?
But then don't act like you're hung up on Dami. That's my thing.
But like, don't they say like, how do you get over somebody? Get under somebody else?
Then say you're under somebody else. Acting like you were. Oh, and we know that she wasn't even on Dami, let alone.
So Son says that Dami even said to Andrew that Amber was not showing him any affection. Absolutely, but it was too late, and that he no longer was feeling it and wanted India. Absolutely.
That's the thing. Like, anybody who actually watched the episodes knows that Dami, even if he's playing the game, he absolutely played it right into perfection and perfect timing. He was trying. He had multiple conversations with her, and it wasn't until you could clearly see that she was not giving him anything. Not at that point, she stopped giving him anything. She even said it. Oh, do you think that he's moving away from me? And they're like, you're not giving him much. Maybe you should have a conversation with him. She even said it out of her own words. By that point, when he said that conversation to Andrew, everybody had seen it and could understand him moving away from her. She was giving him nothing.
Nothing. So Annie also says, Amber Girl, stop. She wasn't even into Damia. I got upset. Damia moved on fast on national TV. She classy, sis. Don't be bitter. Yes, and like it seems fast, but it was because of circumstances, right? And Murad, I think, had a good point. Is that they prematurely dumped Amber because we should have seen the fallout of this.
I said that. I said
No,
that.
both of you then.
Yeah. That's what I've been saying. I said that episode was ruined by them allowing an Amber dump, because if they had left Amber and even Amber and Ikenna in the villa, they should have dumped Tasha and Andrew, because I think the reverberation of an Amber and Ikenna still in there while Damia is cracking on, get that nice date that they had the other night, would have been 100 times better. Yeah. And then dump her.
Yeah. Or like they didn't even need to dump anybody yet. Just let them have like the date.
Right.
Jessica's agreeing. So where do we watch this show on Twitch? I got a bunch got taken down today. I know I saw this. I ended up watching it on ITV too. Tamika had already watched most of the episode, and I'm going to fill her in on what happened at the very end. I'm trying to think maybe I'll stream it on Twitch.
You might get taken down though.
Would it be my whole channel, or would it just be that show?
I think they've been removing the entire channel. So if you're going to do it on, not on your Realnesss channel. You got just do a different channel and see if they don't take it down.
Wow. I mean, I wonder if they got strikes before, because like,
yeah, I don't know what, because they took them down with the quickness. Like both. I don't even think the other person's other channel was streaming the episode when it got taken down. But this person's channel, at the same time, 50 minutes in. So either somebody's reporting it, like somebody's watching it and reporting it. I don't know how people are sharing it, because I haven't been sharing it publicly. Like even somebody messaged me today on YouTube asking what happened and was I watching it someplace else, and like if it was somebody I could DM, I would have DM'd it, but I haven't been sharing it publicly just for that reason.
Mm-hmm. So Persephone, when do they air it on Daily Motion? Because if you could maybe message one of us, just like what channel is it you're watching it on Daily Motion, because we could, like, that's what we did last summer for most of the summer, was there was somebody that did on Daily Motion, but it was too late when she posted it. Yeah. Sorry, what?
I haven't seen it come up that fast. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and like this is live. So I'm going to do my best to watch it live. Mm-hmm. Maybe I will start a separate channel just to stream it on Twitch. Let's see if we can get through the rest of the summer. Right. And so at least we could have it there and we can go back and look, and I won't necessarily advertise it, you know what I mean? So that it can at least just stay up there. I don't know. That's what we're thinking of, but I have been watching it on ITV. There is a VPN affiliate link in my information box below, or description box. And so if you wanted to use that code, you can get a NordVPN. Watch it. You'd have to sign up for an account and put in a UK address with a postal code. You would be able to watch it live on ITV, and then it immediately has the replay. So that's also another possibility. Hi, Natalie. What other TV shows am I recapping? So right now we're doing Love Island UK. Starting next week will be the Challenge I'm already doing the Challenge All Stars. Challenge USA starts next week. Is it next week or is it the week after?
It is next week. Next week, it is July 6th. I'm not sure if I will be recapping the Challenge USA. Because you're recapping it with other people, right?
I'm doing a few, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure if I'm going to actually be doing it like this, like a
Why don't you
YouTube.
do videos, maybe?
Yeah, so I'm thinking I will do it like on TikTok and also host some clubhouses after it shows. Because especially next week, I'm actually going to an event related to the Big
Nice.
Brother premiere and the challenge premiere. So I will be bringing. I will not be going live, but I'm going to record as much of it as I can because there will be people from both shows on there. I will try to share that with you guys, but I don't think I'm going to do a like live recap of the challenge USA.
So Perception says 23 isn't up yet, for example, but should be shortly. There are multiple channels posting. I just Google or search within the Daily Motion search bar. Yeah, I just like it's the timing wise for it. Like I can find anything the next day.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely liked having it on at 4, and I loved when it was popped up right at 5, so I could watch it
Yeah,
at 5 if I couldn't get to it right at 4.
yeah,
Um, you can set up your VPN to Australia and sign up for a free and 9 Now account, but they're behind schedule, so not great for you guys or viewers. Yeah, so I like going straight to ITV. That's what I did today, and that works very well. I watched it at 5, and I was able to. I could have watched it live if I wanted to.
yeah.
Oh, this is why. So Michelle Keegan is Luca's celebrity crush. I get it now. Okay,
Oh,
and so I'm saying beautiful British actress married to Mr. Right. I see. Well, celebrity crush, that would be something. Hi, Nadia. Thanks for being here. So there's one user who constantly comments on Twitch streams saying that they are reporting it and they end up shutting the stream down. They just want to ruin it for everyone. Oh, that's scary. Do you know what? I am
oh,
going to then behold my because I usually do all stars and I do not want that to trickle over to
yes,
me.
yeah. Shut it down.
So maybe I'll do like a burner account for Twitch.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. Can you? Is there a way to have a private account like invitation only on Twitch?
I'll have to take a look about it.
Yeah.
Is there anything you miss about Love Island?
We're watching Love Island.
Love Island, you maybe USA. You mean?
Oh
I don't
no.
know.
I
Uh,
actually was just saying to somebody, I'm actually just watching some of the reactions to the current Love Island. I don't really miss Love Island USA yet, because people are ruining it.
right. I guess I'm also just to let you know that I will be recapping The Bachelorette
Okay.
with T Joy. She's somebody from the comments that really wanted to do a recap either of some of the housewives, and she was also very interested in The Bachelorette. So I will be doing that. And Tamika, you can obviously come on whenever you want. I know you said you weren't watching it, so maybe you'll watch and you'll come and chat in
Yeah.
the comments.
I'll come. I'll definitely come and chat in your YouTube comments if I like get wind of anything. But otherwise, yeah, I'm not watching.
Well, okay, so let's just get through this episode. So in the morning chats, Paige talks about her conversation with Jay, blah blah blah. Tasha chats and she feels that these last few days have been so mentally draining, but now she's back on Andrew. And I'm just like, there was nothing to be draining about. Like the draining part is that you're not into him and that you're faking it.
Right.
That's what's draining. If you're just actually honest. So Andrew though says that he went to sleep a happy man. I'm just like, she knows she got it, gave him a blowjob. You know she did. Like it's fine. You can do whatever you want. But I'm just like, it's just all so contrived. Like she's doing what she needs to do to keep the man. Fine. But like, aren't you realizing that's what's going on, Andrew? She's not
I
into you. You're not
don't
into each
think
other.
he's realizing that because again, they've been coupled up since the beginning. She's had multiple chances to have, and choices of men to be clear that she doesn't want him, and instead she's being vague and just flirting. And so it just feels like to him, well, I think she really likes me. She just likes flirting with these other guys. I think that she doesn't like him that much.
Doesn't like him that much. I agree. Doesn't like him at all, I don't think.
Yeah.
So then, okay, I want to hear what your opinion about this is. So Jax says that Gemma didn't ever let him be himself. And Luca is really like upset by this. And do you think that Jax was doing that to like actually be sharing his honest thoughts, or do you think that he was trying to put a wedge between Luca and Gemma?
As much as Ekin-Su is a shit show, Jax is as well. And that's just my opinion, because what Gemma says later is absolutely true. She could have screwed up his entire relationship with Paige from the beginning. She's not said one thing about that man.
It's true. She hasn't. And I think that the reason why Jax doesn't like Ekin-Su so much is what usually you dislike in somebody else is because it's something that resides inside of you. It goes both ways. If you like somebody, like if you have jealousy or, envy of something of somebody else's, it is because it rests inside of you. And so recognizing that is could be a good thing. Being like, "Oh, you know what? Like I see that I like that. I know I must have that within me to be able to recognize that." But it also goes on the shadow side of things. So if he's recognizing her stirring the pot and like, not being completely honest and bouncing around from people to people, I think it's because Jax and Luca, because Luca's another person that keeps on having such harsh feelings about Ekitsu. I think
Right.
it's because of what they feel inside of themselves. So, just saying. Ekitsu gives Danica a pep talk, no what ifs, which I think is a good pep talk because Danica needs to like figure something out because her storyline is a bore. Like none of these guys are into her. They need to give her a new guy, because we'll get to it in 1 second. Actually, we can talk about it now. Who cares? So Danica decides to not leave any what ifs, and she wants to go do the rounds again. She calls it. And first on her rounds is Andrew, because she's open to getting to know him. What did you think about Danica having interest in Andrew?
Day late, a dollar short.
Daily and Dollar Short. And what do you think about Tasha being very upset with Danica for the fact that she didn't approach her first to say that she was going to do that? Sorry, I'm trying to block these.
I rolled my eyes and said, "Shut up!" Like there was absolutely. So this is the thing. Why I both of them annoyed me. Her doing that annoyed me. Oh, she didn't pull me first. How could she go and talk to him before coming to me? Excuse me. Then him. Oh yeah, you're right. We do have a good amount of chat. So why weren't you saying that when you were going through whatever you were going through with Tasha? So that, because according to you, there was no other person that you were interested in or you could see yourself with. Isn't that what he said to Tasha?
Yeah, I don't think that is still interested in Tasha because like the whole time he was just like throwing up his thing and he's like just like like not really caring and just like fidgeting and like he was not into that conversation. I felt. I think it was just being polite. So I was kind of annoyed though about the whole thing because I'm like, Danica, it just looks a little bit desperate. Like I know she's saying she's doing the rounds, but she does say in her ITM that she didn't really want to talk to anybody else but Andrew. Andrew's the only person that she has some interest in that she wants to see if she can pursue that. And I was like, not Andrew. Like he's A, boring, and B, he's too on Tasha. Like there's no way that you are gonna be able to get between those two. I don't think. I don't think that she's the person. Do you?
I like Danica. Like
Mhm.
I really do. I think she's been screwed this entire time, personally. Um, but she's also 21. I don't know if she necessarily understands picking. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So she goes for the unattainable. It is what it is. I think I think the producers were banking on that. Um, I feel bad for her. I'm going to tell you the truth. I think she's beautiful. She's a great dancer. I don't think she gets enough credit. She's funny when they've shown her in like unseen bits, and she seems funny. I feel bad for her. personally.
So Jessica says I may be a hypocrite, but I could care less that Danica didn't talk to Tasha. Are they even friends? Get over it. I especially don't care with all that stuff Tasha's done to Andrew. I don't really care.
If you're a hypocrite, I'm a hypocrite.
We're all hypocrites here. Jessica really likes Danica as well. At this point, she's dealing with the cards she's been dealt. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's
Yeah.
true. But like, just don't go for Andrew.
Yeah, I think that's her having a bad picker. I think that's where like her maturity is like showing, because I was like, Andrew, Jay is right there.
Jay's too old though, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. I was like, Jay's right there. I mean, I can't say Charlie because I don't find him cute.
So Luca talks to Gemma about what Jackson says, and she's pissed, and rightfully so. Was what you said that was her argument, was like she could have easily have said a lot of things about, Jax to interfere with his relationship with Paige, and she didn't. And so like the fact that Jax is in here and she's the only person that has to deal with him being in here and kind of sabotaging her relationship. I think she had a point.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, for an immature, immature. Oh my God. I'm losing it. But yeah, I think that was absolutely well said.
Well, and then she talks to Gemma talks to Jax after, and she kind of shows why she's pissed off, and she's like, "I'm not slagging you off to anyone," and like, Jax.
I mean, she could have did it from the terrace. She was on the terrace talking to the girl. She was like, "That's my ex that did this and that. He used to go out. He used to do this, and I never trusted him." I've not heard her say this was the first time I even knew that they had an issue in their relationship, because she was literally like, I didn't trust you. You went out all the time and I didn't like, she's been quiet about it the entire time.
Mm-hmm. And I bet you if something happens, Paige will be like, "Why didn't you tell me like that he was like this?"
Oh, I'm sure if they stay together and come off the show, because remember, there's no going out for him, right? There's none of that, none of the outside villa stuff. I'm so sure she's going to be calling up Gemma like, why didn't you tell me?
Yes, absolutely. So Danica gets a text. It's time for the heart rate challenge. So I thought it was cute that the boys and girls all separate and go and practice. I was really nervous about Charlie's practice when he was like bunny hop thrusting across the bedroom. The girls were cute though. They're just practicing twerking and like kind of bending over and shaking their butts. But the guys
are never strong. They're never strong. Like one or two guys maybe, but they just never. It's sad. And I know that there's no music when it goes on, but even still, come on, man, step it up.
Well, we had the girls first. So Danica comes out first. She was a great dancer. She showcased all of her skills. She ends up in the splits at the end. She's coming out kind of as like a showgirl. I thought she looked great. I thought she danced well. Any thoughts about Danica's performance?
I thought she looked great. I thought she danced well as well. I loved her costume. It gave her a little height because we know she's a shorter girl like moi. I thought she was banging. I thought she was banging. Yeah, I was proud of her.
She definitely.
I don't think she's gonna have an issue finding nobody after this.
After, yeah, no.
Yeah,
but on the show,
no.
I don't know if they cast people that are into her.
No.
Ekansu came out next as kind of a bride. She sucks Davide's finger and gives him a big, like, deep, stick my tongue down your throat kiss. Mm-hmm. I don't know how those kisses feel good.
I realized why I'm glad, and I keep praying that they don't ever get back together. I hate their kisses.
Yeah,
I hate their kisses. They're gross. They're gross. I don't miss them. Please don't do that.
I don't miss them either. So I thought India looked gorgeous. She had like long, straight black hair, and She was twerking. She kind of got to kind of like a reverse cowgirl, hands on the floor style twerk, which was pretty impressive. I don't know if I told you this story before, but it reminded me of my friend. I won't say her name. And when she gets drunk, she doesn't like dancing. She always says like, I hate dancing. I don't like dancing. I don't want to dance. And I'm like, I love dancing. Let's go dancing. So whenever she gets drunk, though, she loves dancing, and she's like always having like dance battles with people. And she's really drunk when she's like, hold my legs. I'm like, oh, she's here. Hold my legs. And so she gets some random guy to hold her legs while she gets into a handstand while this random guy is holding her legs and she's twerking for him. Like, this is in the middle of like a bar or like a club or whatever. She's like, hold my legs. And just some random guy that we don't know is just holding her legs. So that's kind of what it reminded me of, her being like in a handstand twerking for Dammy. It was my friend. I call her hold my legs.
No. But I mean, Dammy was into it. I was just like,
he looked very much into it.
He looked very much into it. So she actually made the right moves.
I thought she looked good. I thought her twerking looked good. I thought that I was like blushing a little bit, so I thought that it was some good work. I thought Gemma looked gorgeous. I don't remember what her look was. It was all like a black long ponytail with like black thong bodysuit. Did she have a whip?
I don't even know.
Something was red that she took off.
She was a blur. I wasn't into it, and he was acting
was uncomfortable.
So he was acting like so obsessed with it, and I was just like, "Oh, this is gross."
Hold my legs. Sorry, I can't. I find it the funniest thing because like you just know she's wasted when that comes out of her mouth. I was finding it uncomfortable to watch Gemma just because she's just so young, and so just seeing her being like overtly sexual, it just felt a little bit inappropriate, and I just didn't like that. But Luca really enjoyed her dancing on other guys, which I thought was interesting, that he kind of has a little bit of this voyeuristic thing. What's your face saying?
I'm like, she's 19. I can't. Like, that the entire thing, like, overly sexualizing her with other guys, and then I can't. I'm not into it at all.
Me neither. Tasha in the Barbie box, I thought that was a good idea. She comes out, she's like riding jacks. She danced obviously well, and she danced like she's very good at hair whips, which is good. She looked hot. I thought she did a good job for sure.
It was solid. I kind of wish she didn't get the Barbie box. I kind of wish it was like Antigone, but
Antigone doesn't dance that well though.
Yeah, that's what I realized later. Remember, she hadn't danced yet, so I was kind of just like, "Oh, why'd they give her Barbie? Why did they give Antigone Barbie?" And then Antigone came out.
Yeah. So next was Antigone as Red Riding Hood or Red Riding Ho. Sorry, Mom. She says she kisses Davide. I mean, I get really uncomfortable when I see bad dancers. It just like people that are not comfortable dancing. Sorry, I should rephrase that. Just because it just makes me feel so uncomfortable. I'm just like, you don't feel comfortable doing this, so I can't feel comfortable watching you do this. I'm like,
which is surprising because remember, she's a musician, so like, does she not dance at all? I don't even know what kind of music
think
she
though
does.
It's this whole like strip tease style thing. So she might not be as comfortable with riding somebody and giving them kind of a lap dance.
I can understand that. I think for me it would be hard with no music. Yeah. I'd have to have music in my head.
I would put music on in my head.
I'd be like going to something in my head. It'd be like, or singing, or like that was probably her mistake. She should have like been like lip syncing something. Yeah, like I think that probably would have been what I would do.
But I've listened to a little bit of her music on like Instagram, and it's not really like sexy music. It's just kind of more like
folksy. or
No, not
house?
folk, more pop, but
Oh.
like more like I like yeah, like you know what I mean, like party started, like not like let's get sexy kind of music, you know,
Got it.
more like at a festival or like a rave, but like maybe people would put beats on top of it. I don't know. You when
Got
you hear it, you'll know what I mean.
it. Mm-hmm.
So then Paige comes out as Baywatch. I thought it was a cute look. You didn't like the blonde hair, but I liked the whole look, and I thought that it was I thought that she looked striking, and she looked sexier than she usually looks with like that outfit and the blonde hair. So I gave it a pass because I thought the whole look, I thought it was a fantasy.
From afar. So this is the thing. From afar was fine. It was the ITMs. Then I looked and it just was like stark. I didn't like the color. I just did not like the color of that wave.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So that's all the ladies gone, and then Dammy comes out as a scientist, and he humps India, of course, on the ground. Were you swooning over Dammy?
When he was on top of India on the floor.
I wonder why they made him go first, though.
I don't know, but
He should have
yeah,
maybe closed the show.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. Cause I mean, though Jay was good. Jay wasn't bad.
I don't remember. Oh, no, I have some issues. Um, then Tasha goes over and kisses Paige, which I was like, is she just wanting more attention?
Oh yeah. Oh my god. So is that the first like girl on girl kiss in the UK?
Didn't they kiss in one of the challenges before?
Who? Tasha and
I think maybe those two. I feel like has been already a girl on girl kiss
okay,
this
because I
season.
was wondering because I've watched since season 5 and I've never seen them do that. So they do it all the time in the US. So I was like, was that the first time that they've ever done that for the UK? Because it was so random that it felt like, oh, go ahead and kiss her. Like, were they just trying to like break the ice? Because I'm like, that was the wrong placement.
Yeah, it seemed out of the blue, and then it was never talked about again.
Yeah.
So, okay, sorry, Nadia's, yeah, Amber and another girl, I can't remember. Yes, I remember there was another kiss before.
Okay.
I think it was the first challenge that they did. So this is like week 1. Okay, so next Luca comes out as a ringmaster, and like he's like, oh, this is the most action I've got with Gemma. I'm just like,
gross. Gross. Go away. Gross.
What did you like Jackson as his cop and his tearaway pants?
Nope. I'm telling you, the only two that I remember that I semi was okay with was Dammy and Jay.
Well, Jay comes out next, and he's kind of like a cowboy, but he was wearing running shoes with his little white bum.
Was Jay a cowboy?
We had a cowboy hat on, and he had like a holster. Sheriff, maybe?
Yeah, I don't remember it being cowboy-ish.
We had a cowboy hat on.
Charlie was terrible.
with a holster over his shoulder, with no with a Speedo, and then running shoes with a bare white bum. You like that?
What I was talking about that I liked was his dancing. I think one of the better ones.
I thought you would like maybe Andrew that came out as like, I don't know, a Spartan. I don't know what exactly he was. I hated that look with like the lace up gladiators sandals on him, and like he doesn't have like a sexy swagger at all. So like he just
he looked like he was going to go fight a dragon and about to fall over. I don't understand. It was
it was he made me uncomfortable. He was so gross. And why is he humping India? Like I'm thinking that he's humping India because he knows that like India is nobody that anybody's gonna feel like their competition or something like that. I was kind of irritated a bit.
Oh, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, why did he? Because he's the one that picked her up, right? I was annoyed. I was like, why are you picking her up? Like, yeah, I agree with you. I thought there was a gameplay. Again, I'm telling you, these last 2 episodes, I'm just like, Luca and Jay, I will always say he's a game player, but Luca, Jax, and Andrew to me are the biggest game players right now in the villa, and nobody can tell me any different.
Then our boy Charlie comes out there, and he was kind of like, he was supposed to be a butler, I guess, but I thought he looked like a Chippendales
He
dancer.
looked Chippendale to me, and
Does
then
the worm? The worm is never sexy.
and then it's like you come out like a Chippendale, and then you're not sexy. He's like,
And
oh,
then
I was trying to be PG, but my ass was in a thong, and I'm like, exactly. So why would you come out being PG?
it was very uncomfortable, and like the music, they put this like the most awkward music on, and like him like standing on the bench in front of all the women and like not dancing and just kind of like walking in his thong with like his spare legs, stepping over from girl to girl but like not dancing. It was so awkward.
Terrible.
Nadia says Charlie made me laugh so hard I feel bad for him. We all feel bad for him, Nadia. It was really awkward. Luna says, remember when all the guys kissed Kaz in the Pies challenge? Exactly. That's kind of what I was feeling here. It's like, oh, they know that their girls are not going to feel threatened if they do anything with India. So they're just kind of like doing that.
Yeah.
So wasn't impressed. Obviously. Yeah, so awkward, so bad was Charlie. And then what do you feel about Davide coming out as Zorro and how wide he spreads Ekansu's legs? I thought that was like, it made me uncomfortable a bit. And then like he kisses her and then he's like biting Danica's butt. I'm like,
the biting Danica's butt was hilarious to me because she seemed to really be feeling it. And then he was like, oh, I meant to kiss her. I was like, yeah, you were concentrating too much on her ass. Like, what was that?
People like what they like. She does have a cute butt.
She doesn't mean you like her ass.
Jessica's like, yep, I think they did something similar to Justine as well. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
They kiss the people that you don't feel that intimidated by, and I would say it's because of their skin color or ethnicity. So I didn't really think that anybody was that good. I thought Dami was probably the best out of the guys, and maybe Davide second, I guess. I don't know, but they were all terrible in my opinion.
Yeah.
So the heart rates we found out whose heart rate was risen the most.
This
by
is the
whom.
part that I didn't see.
Okay,
so from here,
Luca, his heart rate was risen the most by Gemma, of course. Charlie,
producers.
Charlie's, it was India.
Okay,
interesting.
India was really good.
Yeah, she was. Jay, Gemma, okay. Dami, Paige.
You didn't. I didn't even have to watch that to know it. Keep it going.
Davide,
mm-hmm.
Ekansu,
mm-hmm.
Andrew, Danica,
mm-hmm.
and Jax,
mm-hmm.
Gemma. So Luca, Jay, and Jax all got their heart raised by Gemma. Just
so we see who they want to get to the end, people, don't we?
Mm-hmm. And then for the ladies, so Danica's heart was raised the most by Davide. Paige, it was Luca. India, it was Andrew. But it's probably because he picked her up and she was not surprised.
He picked her up. That's what I'm saying. Like that. Like to me, that shouldn't count because you physically picked her up.
Yeah. Tasha, Andrew,
mm-hmm.
Antigone, Jax,
mm-hmm.
Ekansu,
mm-hmm.
Luca,
mm-hmm.
and Gemma, Jax.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, the girls raised their heart. The boys' heart rates the most. So you were saying that who do the producers want to see win the game? Why do you come to that assessment? Would you say?
Because we all know that the heart rate challenge is fake. people have come out of the villas and said that their things have didn't even work. And they said it was raised by a certain person. So that's A. B, we see that they obviously want Ekansu and Davide back together, and I think they want Gemma and Luca to win. It was Gemma Island. They overplayed their hand. They scaled it back, but I still think those are their blessed couple for the year.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to hear your thoughts, but I totally agree with them. And they seemingly want to have some drama with Tasha and Andrew because that is what ended up happening. So Jessica says Danica did the best, I think. Yeah, I think she was really good.
I mean, but
Um,
she's also a dancer. That's the only reason why I'm like Danica. Danica was on her game
yes.
tonight. But to me, India, because I feel like India is very reserved in a lot of respects. I think she showed out personally.
Hmm. Actually, India says like my hand on the floor, twerking for what?
For what?
She's
I would
pissed.
have said the same thing. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why I knew it was gonna be Paige that raised his heart rate. I do feel like Paige is his type. I've always felt that.
Paige is whose
Um,
type?
Dammy's.
Oh, and I think it was also very surprising with the blonde hair. That's like
Right,
it's she was the most a fantasy. You know what I
right.
mean? And
And
so it,
so it did not shock me that her coming in, blonde hair, think she's a lot closer to his like maybe type. Not to say that he doesn't date black girls, but I do think Paige is like one of his types. Um, I was definitely not shocked that his heart rate got raised by the most by Paige. Do
so
I care?
mm,
No.
no. So I mean I think that India cares a little bit, but
Yes, India cares, and the entire Black Love Island have written Dami off. That this was it. He ruined their game for the entire season.
but that A, we know that it's fake, and
That's what I
B,
say.
the heart rate challenge, like we know that his heart rate probably was just shocked by seeing Paige that way.
Right.
Like
And even if he does like Paige more, Paige don't like black men. You can't tell me that she does. She was in the villa for a whole week and a half with nobody, and she did not look him or Ikenna's way once.
well,
And
they
she
were in
could
a
have,
couple at that time though.
but she
So
could have.
So we see Tasha feeling like shit because her heart rate went up for Andrew, but Andrew's heart rate went up for Danica, and Danica like just told Andrew that she's was that the door is open for him, and like she started to really crumble. And so Jessica here giggled when they announced that Danica's heart raised Andrew's heart rate the most. Jessica hates to admit it, but she likes watching Tasha
I
squirm.
can't wait to watch that part. Then I want to go back and rewatch the end.
Yes, do it. Because then Tasha pulls Andrew over. She's so pissed. And then she's talking about the fact that, like, my heart rate went up for you, but yours didn't go up for me. And then she storms off pissed. And Andrew is like, he's kind of blushing a little bit. And, like, he's not really taking her completely seriously. But I think
I
it's
would.
because, like, India's heart rate went up for him and also Tasha's. And I think he felt a little bit good about himself, and I think he felt that he finally had a little bit of power, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure the producers did that because they don't want him to leave.
Right. So Ekansu pulls Davide for a chat, and you surprised me with that kiss, and like they had like kind of this like giggly, flirty kind of conversation. He's saying there's nothing going on between us, and she's like, "Are you sure?" And like, but he's kind of still smiling. Like, I don't know. I still don't know what's going on with their relationship. So you can be let me know what you think after you watch this conversation. Um, Dami and India, I didn't finish writing this down, but they do talk a little bit, and he's like, mine didn't go up for you, yours didn't go up for me, but I'm into you. I like you. I think you're hot. Like, and like he gets like a semi, I think, while they're talking. He's like, I'm getting one right now. And like he puts like a pillow over himself. And in the end, he like gets back in her good graces because she's like, like I'm upset. Like, and he's like, come over, and like they kind of like figure it out really quickly. So it didn't blow up into anything. And he definitely, I felt like told her like this isn't a big deal. I'm not really into Paige like that. Like, and whether my heart rate went up for her or not, like who knows if it's like one mark more than you or whatever. Like,
Right.
it's so hard to measure. Who cares?
Right.
I'm into
I
you.
agree. I agree. Listen. This is the thing. I do feel like he's into India. I
Agreed.
don't think he would have chanced him losing Amber by even attempting India if he didn't see something that could bear. And he could have did the same thing with Paige. Is what I'm saying. Like he had options. He didn't. He went to India. And I do think he likes her. Do I think Paige is possibly his type? Absolutely.
So Andrew talks to Tasha and he tells her, like, I was obsessed with your performance. I like her a lot. I like you a lot. I don't like Danica. And so she's just like, okay, well, you owe me breakfast and tea and a massage. And so she's going to get pampered now by Andrew to make up for the fact that his heart rate went up for Danica. I think that she's just salty because Danica danced better than she did.
Oh, absolutely. Probably.
So then Jackson Page, you're not gonna like this conversation that happened. So Jackson Page have a conversation and kind of talking about that challenge and like, how Paige is like, listen, like if it was anybody else in the villa, I wouldn't feel a type of way about it. But it's the fact that your heart rate's being raised by your ex-girlfriend. Like,
Right.
does that mean that there's something still going on? Is there something lingering? Is it a possibility that there could be something still left between you? And he was just like not having her even have that thought process. And
I mean, to think about it, he did start trying to torpedo Gemma's relationship this episode. So 1 + 1 = 2.
And one thing though that Paige said that I liked, she's like, you asked me how I was feeling. Don't ask if you don't want to know the truth.
Right.
And I like that she was clear about that because it's like, don't get mad at me. I'm telling you how I feel about something.
Right.
You asked me and I'm being honest with you. And then at the end of it though, she was like, well, maybe it's because, we did have something in the past and maybe it just brought up something in the past about the past. And I was like, oh boy, so something about the past can be brought up again? Is this him laying the groundwork for him? Like, I realize it's Gemma who I still love. Like your storyline that you think might happen. So do you think that they'll let Danica pick before Tasha?
Oh no, I don't think we're getting picking again.
Yeah, there's a recoupling ceremony.
Is it? Oh, did they say that in this episode?
Yes.
Oh, so that must have been. I'm like, wait, what? Okay.
Yes.
No, they won't let her pick. They're gonna want the couples back together to go into Casa Amor. So Antigone and Danica are gonna be dumped. One of the two of them. Jay and Charlie are
So
gonna.
these are not enough. No, but the girls are picking.
Girls are picking. Yeah. So I'm still saying what I'm saying.
Jumps later.
I can see Ekin-Su picking Davide and trying to force him to get back to her. And then making the public vote, and it's going to be Danica with either Charlie or Jay, and Antigone with either Charlie or Jay, and one of those two couples are going to get dumped.
I don't think it's a dumping though. Like, I think it's just a recoupling.
No, it's a recoupling. But what I'm saying is, it's a recoupling leading to a dumping before Casa Amor. I don't think they're taking all of those people into Casa Amor.
I'm not sure because they have this whole big new villa, so I'm wondering if they want to have more people and more options for Casa Amor. I'm not sure. They're doing things a little bit differently this season, so it's hard to judge how many people because it's usually 5, if I'm not mistaken. And I think there's 7 couples in there right now. So I'm not sure. So yes, Jax is a walking red flag. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but he is just derailing my hope for him to be a decent human being.
I'm done.
So it's bedtime and you hear Tasha in the bed to Andrew like, do you find me sexy? It's like, shut up. No.
Ekansu Light. Ekansu Junior. I swear to God.
I like I can see more, unfortunately.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Harry, there's I don't know if you're gonna have another direct link. I'll see if I don't know if I'm gonna be around tomorrow to be able to do that for you guys tomorrow. I
Mm-hmm.
might be able to do it on like sometimes. I'll start a new YouTube, Twitch channel just for that on its own, and so
Mm-hmm.
I don't get pinged. I'm not sure what's going to be like tomorrow. So I'm going to be on set tomorrow. I'm not sure what my day's going to be like. I could be done really early, who knows, or I could be gone all day. So I'm not sure if we'll be able to recap and watch this tomorrow, but I will do my best to keep you guys up to date in the community tab. And I'll also let Tamika know, obviously, what's going to be going on. Run, Paige. Yes, Paige. Yeah, Paige has got to run into somebody's arms, hopefully in Casa more.
Can I just beg, like, Paige, please find somebody else. Please, 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 please. That, like, she's the only one that I care about, like, actually finding somebody else.
I hope so.
I hope so. Even Gemma. Please, Gemma. Please find somebody else. Please.
I don't, Gemma. I don't know what's gonna happen. Gemma might feel guilty and stay with Luca.
I know she will. I
Hello,
mean,
Dana. Yes, we are leaving. We're signing off right now. Unless there's something else about this episode you wanted to talk about, Tamika. You're muted. You're muted. Am I muted? You're muted.
no, that was it for me. I'm not surprised that there's recoupling because, like I said, I feel there's going to be a dumping, but maybe, like you said, maybe there won't be. But I think they're trying to get rid of Danica and Jay. And
So Jessica says if there is a dumping for couples, I hope Danica and Jay get in a couple. I'd rather see them than Charlie and Antigone. I wish just Danica and Antigone could stay and dump Jay and Charlie.
for real, for real. I mean,
I mean, I
they
think they're
might
gonna
do
keep
a one
everybody.
and a one, like they usually do. Like have the Islanders pick one and one to stay. But I don't
It's
know
I
who
mean,
they
the
pick.
dumping's tomorrow, so unless there I mean, the recoupling's tomorrow, unless so maybe there's a dumping on Friday before
Yeah.
Monday being Casa Amor.
It depends on how we like when they do. No, because they could do they could ask for. Nope. Yeah, you're right. The dumping would have to be Sunday.
Persephone says worst cast of guys yet.
For real.
I mean, the season's good. The season's very good, but the guys aren't. None of them are. I find attractive at all or catches in my eyes.
Nah,
So
not catches.
well, thank you, Tamika, for doing this double header with me today. Thank you, everybody here in the chat, for being able to make it and being patient with my schedule and not being able to come live yesterday and potentially not tomorrow. If we can't do it tomorrow, we'll do either a double header on Thursday or do two separate, like a quick one for the first episode and then a quick one later on in the evening for the Thursday night actual episode. So we'll keep you up to date as to what goes on as I find out my schedule and what I'm capable of doing. So thank you for being here. Tamika, what do you have going on that you would like to share with everybody?
I don't think I have much. I did on my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter share an article about the new Hallmark movie film company that they started, Hallmark Mahogany Movies, that will be shown on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. And they have put out their first movie, which I'm very excited about. Hopefully, I will one day be able to pitch them something. Uh, so, very excited about that.
So Persephone says, nice guys, some of them for sure, just not great characters. Agreed. They're boring. They might be
Yeah.
great in real life, who knows, but some of them are just boring. You're welcome, CJ. So as you have already said, we'll figure out tomorrow and the days coming. You guys know the drill, but please make sure you subscribe to this channel. Also, subscribe to Entertainment in Color on all social media platforms and Reality Realness as well. Like this video and let us know which couple do you think is going to get dumped if there is a dumping before Casa Moore? So which two people, male, we'll say male and female, do you think will get dumped? Because they'll break them up if they just want certain people. Like they'll figure out a way just to get the people that they want dumped instead of having a whole couple dumped. So which male and which female would you like to see gone before Casa Amor? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, chat. You guys are the best. We'll see you soon. And we'll figure out a way to watch these episodes. I'll keep you guys in touch, informed. Bye.